Hey everybody, it's Joe, and it's time for another S14 vlog. So, here she is, in all of her pride and joy, beauty. I'm still having the same issue I was before. I cannot get it to stay charged. It's purely running on battery power right now rather than the alternator charging. I'll go a little bit more in depth of that with the video as it progresses, but for now, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more of bad vlogs and a really crappy S14 that barely works. But thanks for watching. Have a good day. So for right here, you can tell I've been using a multimeter a lot, and I still cannot figure out what exactly my issue is. I'll go ahead and show you what I'm dealing with. So right there, alternator, of course. Here's the fuse box, and this little fella right there, the blue one, this guy right here, that is called the 100 amp fuse, and a lot of pretty much every car has one, and it may be different for most, but for my car, what this does is it takes the power from the alternator. There's a wire that goes from that goes through this fuse, and then that sends it back to the battery. So essentially what my mindset was is if this fuse is broken or blown, then the power from the alternator is not getting through it going to the battery. So therefore, if that fuse is blown, that would explain why my battery was not registering 14 volts with the car on. So whenever your car is on, it should read 14 volts because the alternator is charging, and that's how it is. But for my car, with the car running, idling, the battery only read 12.2. So there's definitely an issue there. So I replaced that blue fuse, 100 amp fuse. I got a cheap one, $4 at AutoZone. Luckily they had it. I matched them up, same thing. And I used the multimeter on it, and it did not solve my issue. The battery read 12.4 before I turned the car on, and then I turned the car on and it read 12.2. So there's an issue further along the lines here. The issue could also be from the fuse back to the alternator. There's a wire somewhere around here. It's one of these wires. I don't really know. I'm having a friend come over tomorrow, help me out with it, but there's one of these wires may be stripped, or it could also be the wire from the fuse all the way back to the battery. And if that's the case, then I have a lot of digging to do. But yeah, I'm really excited to get this thing back on the road. I know that that's the same exact vlog as I did last time, update on the alternator, but I don't have much else to say. I haven't done anything to it. I mean, I've looked at it, I started a couple times. I would start it now, but I don't want to drain down the battery because obviously the car is only working on battery power since that's not charging. So I would rather just leave it off for now, and whenever I do get it working, then I can start it, rev it for you, and after I get it breaking, once I get it all broken and everything, then I can probably get a mount for this, or maybe have a passenger ride with me, and we can do some pulls, maybe some pulls, or some turbo noises we can listen to. I probably won't do any racing on the film, maybe not, or maybe if I go to Mexico for it or something, because that's sick. But essentially, I only have around 100 miles on the break-in because I drove the car for about a day before the alternator issue started coming around. So that kind of sucked because I still have to do like another 900 miles on the engine before I can finally, fully go on full boost. And I know that this little fella right here, he's going to love that full boost. That's my screamer pipe. And that thing is going to be super loud whenever I finally hit boost. Boost is going to be set around 20 plus PSI, not sure on a complete number yet, but it's going to be crazy awesome. It's not going to be like a super where you hit it and then it's just instantly bouncing off the rev limiter, but man, I am just really excited. It's quite depressing that this thing just sits here. It doesn't work because I can't get it to work. So I'm really hoping I can start getting get the car working and start getting some videos out for you. And really, really show you, what the past 5 months of building this have been like. What it's all come down to. That boost gauge goes up to 30, so we're probably gonna be close to that.